Morning, everyone. Gosh, this is rather daunting, I must say. I'm glad that it's either Brett or Keith or Basil who usually have to stand up here on a Sunday morning and share with all of you. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nolene, and I've been blessed to be able to be serving here at DBC for 17, almost 18 years. Downstairs there in the office, in the background, that definitely suits me better than standing up here in front of all of you. So yeah, my nerves are a bit shot, but yeah, jokes aside, it's really been a blessing to be able to serve here. I know that he's not here today, I don't think, no, but Basil has been trying to get rid of me for quite some time, but he hasn't got it right yet. I'm hanging in there, people, I'm hanging in. I know that a lot of you know my story, part of it, or maybe even all of it, but I really felt that the Lord wanted me to share with all of you this morning in celebration of what He did for me. I know that I'm not the only one. I know that many of you can relate to the sudden, very sudden impact that sudden health issues can have on your life. And this happened to me in December 2022. Round about my birthday, which at that stage would be the third birthday in a row that something horrible had happened. I suddenly decided I'm not going to have a birthday anymore, because every time it's my birthday, something horrible happens. I'm blessed to be able to say that this past birthday went by without any hitches. I was fine. Anyway, so around about my birthday, I went from being and feeling 100% healthy to something potentially being very seriously wrong. After an emergency appointment with a surgeon, a colonoscopy, a gastroscopy, scans, x-rays, tests, biopsies, and a lot of shocked faces, I came face to face with three very big realities. First of all, I was not well. My surgeon looked me in the eye on more than one occasion and said, "This is cancer. Yes, it's early stages, but this is cancer." I can clearly recall him actually showing me a picture. Isn't technology a bit creepy sometimes? A picture of the cancer that he had taken inside my colon and showed me and said to me, "I've been a surgeon for 40 years and I'm telling you this is cancer. I've referred it to my colleagues and they are in agreement with me." Secondly, I was facing a very big and serious operation called a colon resection. And thirdly, the position of the cancer was such that there was a very big possibility or reality that the resection wouldn't be possible and I would have to live with a colonoscopy bag for the rest of my life. That in itself was quite daunting. At that time, I was still very much processing the grief of the loss of my brother. My brother passed away at the age of 57 from stomach cancer and colon cancer. So I was very much aware that this cancer, this disease, has no boundaries regarding age or health. It comes when it pleases, and it turns your very normal existence into absolute turmoil. It's amazing how quickly your narrative goes from, "No man, this can't be cancer," to, "Oh, well, this is cancer, yes, but it's in its early stages." What a blessing. So it was a harrowing time for me. My surgery was scheduled for the 5th of January, and overnight it went from being laparoscopic to an open surgery, but I actually really felt the Lord with me. I was at peace, I wasn't feeling anxious, everything was fine. Well, nothing quite prepared me for what followed. The surgery took 3.5 hours, much longer than expected. My poor husband was in quite a state. I came out of the theatre with a 30-centimeter cut that's left quite a scar. I had pipes and tubes coming in and going in out of every orifice that one can ever think of. I was just totally overwhelmed. Nothing prepared me for the fact that I was going to spend 5 rather harrowing days and nights in high care, that I would be tube fed, that my stomach would be drained, that I would not be able to eat or drink for days, what the physio would entail, and also the fact that although I had an epidural and I was numb for most of my body was numb, I would have to turn myself with using my arms every 30 minutes from my one side to the next side, to my back, to my front, whatever I could do, because otherwise my surgeon said to me, my colon would get stuck. And then I would have to go back in for another operation, and then most definitely I would be sitting with a colonoscopy bag for the rest of my life. Then you also have the joys of having blood tests taken regularly, as any of you who've been in hospital know, and the very fear of when he looks at that blood test, that was going to show whether the connection had not worked, whether there was a leakage, and whether I would have to go in for another operation. And again, that would mean that I would have to end up on a colonoscopy bag. For those of you who have spent any time in high care or in ICU even, nothing can prepare you for the sound of those machines that are going off around you all the time, and just the anxiety of, are they looking after me properly? Are they treating my wound properly? Are they going to replace my pain medication properly? You just feel this anxiety all the time, and at the same time you are surrounded by a lot of very, very sick people, and I just wasn't prepared for it, and I will be honest, I felt overwhelmed. So I had all these sick people around me, and then I had a gentle old lady next to me who passed away. So life and death became very much more real and in my face at that time. Every morning, or not every morning, actually all day, I would look out my window. My bed was right next to the window, and I'd look out my window and I'd look out on the mountain. And not even having the strength to hold my phone, let alone the Bible, the joy of knowing some scripture was just immeasurable. And I would look out on the mountain and pray for God's strength, and he would remind me, he would say to me, where does your help come from? Your help comes from me, the maker of heaven and earth. Every night as the darkness would come in, the anxiety would rise. I don't know why. The change in staff, not being sure who's going to be there to look after me, are they going to do a good job? It was inexplainable. And God would just send his peace, and he would remind me. He said, I will never leave you, nor will I forsake you. I would pray that in all things God would work for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. And I pray that he would give me an opportunity just to show him to those around me. I wanted to remain calm and positive. And for those of you who know me, I do have some tattoos, and I have one particular one, a cross on this arm. And when people ask me around me, whether it be the staff or whether it be any of the patients, how are you remaining so positive? The physios even, how are you remaining so positive? I would show them my tattoo, and I would say to them, it's because of the peace that God gives me, the peace I have in Jesus. At times I feel ashamed to say that even though I did know God's peace, at night I really struggled. The darkness came in, and the fear and the anxiety would cloud my mind, and I would just feel so alone and so anxious and stressed. One night it was extremely bad. And all I could do was lie there with the tears running down my cheeks and call out to the Lord and say, Lord, Lord. At that moment, I felt his presence with me in a way that I have never before felt. I felt him lying with me, lying next to me. I felt him holding me. I heard him say to me, I have got you, and I have got this. The roar of the Lion of Judah as he protected his precious child from the evil one's desire to consume my mind with negative thoughts and fear was incredibly tangible at that moment. He came and he rescued me when I needed it the most. On the third night, my surgeon came to see me. That was quite strange because he always came in the morning to check me out and to check out the blood results and all that. And he came in the evening, and he came and he bent over and he said to me, I've just come to tell you that I've got the test results and there's no cancer. And I looked at him and I said, praise the Lord. And he said, but I don't believe it. It's wrong. They've made a mistake. I've told them to take that section and to dissect it another 3 times and to test it another 3 times. Because after all, I have been doing this for 40 years and that is cancer. So I said, okay, you can test it as many times as you like, which he did. And to this day, whenever he sees me, he says, well, that is The most malignant-looking, non-malignant thing that I have never, ever seen in surgery. In 40 years, the most malignant-looking, non-malignant thing I've ever seen. And what do I say? I say, this is my miracle. This is my testimony. That God reached down and answered my prayers, and He answered the prayers of each and every one of you who prayed for me. I really want to take this opportunity to thank my incredible family, my amazing husband and my daughter, for their incredible love and support during this time. But my spiritual family, you people here at DBC, each and every one of you who prayed for me during this time, and I know that you did, and I got such amazing messages of support from each and every one of you, and if I didn't answer you, I'm really sorry. But you lifted me and you carried me in prayer. It was just incredible. I could feel it. I could just feel each and every prayer. I want to tell you, I want to share with you this morning that we worship a God of miracles. He lifted me, He carried me, He protected me, and He healed me. And this is the God, the amazing God that we serve. Thank you.